Mr. Divas, we are back with another episode of the podcast. And to join me today to dive into Real Houses of Atlanta, I am joined by Krystina Arielle. She is a correspondent, a creator, and a Housewives expert. And most importantly, like me, she's trying to build the bridge between nerd shit and Bravo shit. And I'm happy to build that bridge here together today. Krystina, welcome to the podcast.
It's my absolute pleasure to be here. We've kind of like ourselves been 6 degrees of separation around each other. So this time we finally get to talk face to face and talk about the thing that we love, which is so cool.
I know. I'm so excited. And yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there's so many nerdy aspects to being a Bravo fan that it makes sense that like nerds like us like do also like this stuff. There's lore, there's rules, there's strategy.
It is. I know more about, or as much about Housewives as I do my D&D characters, and I care about them equally as much. Like, they're just like the Housewives are like the NPCs, like, and I love it. It's just everything connects, and especially if you're one of those like very red string brain type people that's like, oh my gosh, if I connect here, and then Lisa Rinna was here, but also in the MCU, and then you have Garcelle MCU, but about what time was she in the MCU, and you can like link all of those things back. But now it's also like sports and true crime that all like link back, and it's all roads lead to Bravo, and it is so beautiful.
Wait, when was Lisa Rinna in the MCU?
So there was an Avengers movie that was made in the early 90s, and Lisa Rinna played Constantina. The character that Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays in New Avengers, that role was played by Lisa Rinna.
Wait, that is an incredibly fun fact. I had no idea. And yeah, guys, if you don't know, Garcelle is in the first Spider-Man movie. Mm-hmm. With the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. She's what's his face's husband? I mean, wife. The
Falcon.
Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah. So
yeah. So it's she's a part of the MCU and Housewives. But wait, so I became deeply obsessed with Dimension 20 in like a lot of the gays through
Dungeons
the Drag Race girls, because when they did Dungeons and Drag Queens, and then I've dove headfirst into like the Dimension 20 world, and I've played one D&D campaign and had the time of my life, but I feel like you need to like be a dungeon master for a D&D like Housewives campaign.
So there's a book, and it's called like the Book of Dragon Talk, which Dragon Talk is the Dungeons and Dragons official podcast that it was Shelley Matsunobu, and it was so great. They had me on the show, and I got to talk about Housewives like hardcore on this D&D podcast, and we talked about my game where it'd be like, oh, instead you would roll for drama, or it would just be oh my god, I love it so much. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to this thing. Are you familiar with the McElroy brothers as well? Like my brother,
No,
and
I'm
me.
not. Who's that?
So they also have a family podcast, and they're pretty huge in like that same vein of Critical Role and Dimension 20. But it's three brothers and their dad, and they have a campaign. So I'm going into the woods in Ohio for what they call Champions Grove. And what it is just a nerd gaming weekend, and you basically kind of go nerd summer camp, and all of the cottages like around the castle like literally look like little old cottages. There's hedge mazes. We're going to run and quite literally frolic. And Meredith Marks sent me a game of the rumors and nastiness to play at this event, and I'm going to run that game for them. And how this links back, I'm also working on character sheets for the housewife archetypes to run a Housewives Dungeons and Dragons game that I'm very excited about.
Wait, that is so fun, because like I feel like it'd be so fun to also like think about like when you get to like battle sequences in D&D, like what are some of these like crazy ladies that we love, that we've loved forever? What's their power? Like, what is their real, like, what's their makeup? Like, I'm so curious.
So for like say Lisa Vanderpump, I count as a wizard. So I always say if she had like something and she had instead of a battle and she's like there's no Tyrannosaurus Rexes or giant three-headed dragons and Tiamat and but she would have a dinner party and you set this dinner party and you make it so that they're all spellcasters. So you have like wizards, you have bards, and maybe like the wine is a potion, but you don't know that you're using like a truth potion that's being spread across this dinner party, and it's as the drama heightens, the drama itself is the battle.
Wow, I love that. That's so fun. And then like I feel like we would need like Lisa Rinna. Like she has endless amounts of like wine glasses. She just keeps like smashing and like threatening people with. Or like,
I feel like Lisa
who's
Rinna's
another
one of those
wizard?
like
Like who's
you
another?
put. Oh, Lisa Rinna, obviously. Lisa Rinna would definitely be a wizard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that. Oh, Giselle from Potomac. I think that Giselle would also be a spellcaster, but she would have like it's like a truth spell. Like hers would always be like getting it out of you. You don't realize that you're like in her cone of truth, and she's like casting cone of truth on you, and she's got probably like a level 18 deception and charisma to get you to spill all of your business. Oh, it'd be so fun. Ooh, who would the
Wait,
bard be? Like, who
wait,
would
that
the
would be so
ultimate
fun.
bard be?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying to think of like which franchise to go out
Candy.
of for that. I don't know.
I would go
Oh,
Candy.
you're right.
Because Candy's the ultimate bard. Candy can like so I have a character, my Dimension 20 character is a character named Barbarella Sarsaparilla Ganglin, but everybody calls her Bob, and she's an Asimov cleric bard. And so she's like a loud singer, but she sings all of her spells. And she's not like hateful or big on herself. She's basically the Beyonce of this world. And she walks through, and so you're at battle, in this battle, and randomly you look over, and every time Brennan Lee Mulligan will go, is that Barbarella Sarsaparilla Ganglin? And these people would get like starstruck and not realize that I'm casting a spell that's ultimately going to blow them to pieces.
Wait, that reminds me though of like when Candy's in the season 6 intro to Atlanta, where she's like, "I may be small," and she goes, you know, and she like sings
Yeah.
in the middle of her tagline. That's her
Oh
doing
my
that.
god. Oh, she was casting a spell on all of us.
I may be small. It's so good.
Uh,
Well, oh, you need to get is Brandon Lee Mulligan, like, I feel like he could fall in, get addicted to reality TV pretty quickly if he
well,
was exposed to it. Is he?
his wife is Izzy Rowland. If you've ever seen the episodes of actually on Dropout, which is a trivia show that basically it's about out nerding each other, and so they talk about comic books and
Yes.
movies,
Yes, I've
but
seen that.
we do the reality television episodes, and so we've done 3 so far. Our most recent one, we
Oh,
dressed
right,
up
and
like
she's
a
on it with you.
reunion. And so Izzy is die hard. Like we have a group chat that is just random thoughts about Housewives at any time of day. You just send them. And Brennan is well versed in the world of Housewives as well, because one of the characters that Izzy played and Never Stop Blowing Up was based on Vicky Gumbelson.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. I love him, and y'all go check out Dimension 20. It's so fun. Even if you're like, guys, I can't believe you're talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Y'all eliminate your preconceived notions of whatever that means. If it's like trauma from nerds growing up, I don't know what it is, but like go watch D20. Like it's so fun. And I think something that is, and seriously, something that we're missing right now in the world is like using our imaginations. Like I just feel that it's really helpful to like find ways to escape sometimes without like using substances or anything like that. Like literally just using your brain, right? And just like using your ideas to create worlds that like are just fun and like make you laugh. And also it's just creativity is so important. I don't know, I think everything that's happening over there is it's so fun, and y'all can catch a lot of that on YouTube, so, and also
Yeah.
on the Dropout app.
Yes, on the Dropout TV app. And if you're trying to find a way to get your toes wet, literally just watched, start with the actually reality TV episodes. We have Housewives trivia, name that Housewives tune within 2 seconds. It's so much
And
fun.
you devour them.
Oh, I love it. Listen, any excuse to like have the like if I heard those words, like if I hear on display when I'm out, I'm gonna be like on display, on display. Like I got to do that in real life and get points for it.
And have you sung? You need to sing "Good as Gold" with Sheena since you're buddies at a karaoke night or something.
Oh my gosh, I love hearing her sing it. I went to her Atlanta book tour stop with her because I'm from Columbus,
Uh huh.
Georgia. So it was a trip to go home. My sister like drove up, my best friend, and we did hit some good as gold on the stage. It was great. And she
Oh, that's
also had a
amazing.
like a dancer that came out. It was beautiful. And they danced to good as gold.
Oh, fun,
I like it.
fun. Well, before we get into Atlanta, which we're gonna kind of recap what's happening over there, is what Bravo are you currently watching and enjoying, or like are you updated on everything? Is there anything that's popping out that you're like must see viewing? And are you watching Summer House and following the drama that's unfolding there?
Oh, I most certainly am. I have been following it from the moment
Okay.
my eyes opened and I heard what was going on, and I was just like immediately like, are they editing this? When I heard Andy Cohen say they're currently editing the season, I was like, they have known this all along. If you look at that thumbnail where it's Wes, it's Sierra, it's Amanda, and it's Kyle, and it's the four of them on the freeze frame, and it's been that way all season, and no one caught it obviously until like everything starts breaking. It is so intense, but it's also bringing up some really great conversations that I think are really important about like just like racial dynamics within friendships, hierarchy within friendships.
Yeah.
And I think those are some really good conversations that are coming out of it. And I mean, Summer House is kind of always at the heart of what's going on kind of in America and having real honest conversations, but they've just been knocking it out of the park this season. And it's an unfortunate situation, but I'm glad that there is good coming out of it. The Girl Scouts are making money, that even in heartbreak, you're seeing someone genuinely like show how great their character is.
I'm just kind of bummed by Amanda and West's ability to just like completely disregard her feelings in this whole thing, and it really like weighs on me heavier than everything that went down with Scandival. You know, it's definitely a bit different, and I love to see that Sierra is just taking the ultimate high road and being able to use her platform to support, like the Girl Scouts, like you talked about, and trans rights and all of that. Like that's so amazing. And meanwhile, West and Amanda are snuggled up at Yankee Stadium on a kiss cam. Like, y'all, looking sweaty as hell.
I mean, I feel it's kind of like when Paige called it out and she's like, you're like on a show, like this is our life. And it still feels like such a kind of PR thing where it's like, no, like, get this, like, we're going to normalize this, we're going to normalize this. But the thing is, I understand where Sierra's coming from in feeling invisible to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always say, like, I can go, like, I mean, like, when I'm at a convention, I could go out and sometimes just disappear into the crowd. Like, people will walk straight into me. It's like sometimes people literally don't physically, like, they don't see you. And that's how it feels, especially when like you go out of your way to be kind or to be cognizant of others or to think about how your actions might affect the next person. And so to be completely disregarded, like it's sometimes like there's like this level of me, and I've seen people say this, that feels like he genuinely hates that girl. Because you'll see him sometimes, like the way he's like, oh my God, and then I was just scared, like I didn't even know how to congratulate her. Like, how do you do, like he's acting like he's terrified and painting this kind of in the same vein that Amanda is painting this picture of Kyle, and Kyle is not doing his own good job of not playing right into it, but to like paint these two people as horrible or Sierra as like vitriolic and just like punishing him over and over and over again. But he's also willing to sit there and make out like back to back with her as if she does not exist, as if she does not matter. He does not see her, literally cannot see her. And to have somebody disregard you in that way, especially when you gave so much to them, and then you add in that underlying dynamic of being I'm from Georgia, just like Sierra. Like, there is when you, especially if you are a black woman that dates interracially, there's a whole nother layer to your relationships and safety in your relationships, and making sure that you're not an experiment or just some fun for some person, and that someone genuinely cares about you. And like, you're
Yeah.
not a conquest, like, you're worthy of being a partner, you're worthy of not being a secret. And so to have someone continuously treat you like a secret, but then now it's like you're at Yankee Stadium, like you're doing all of this stuff with her friend. And it's just like, well, what's wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with her. This is one of the most brilliant brilliant and well-rounded people that we have on Bravo. She's educated. She's a freaking COVID nurse. Like, she's a nurse. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's kind and caring and compassionate. To be able to, like, buy into your family's generational wealth, to, like, want that for your family and for that legacy. I know how important that is, especially in our culture, to own something, to make sure that you have something that carries on, to be a part of, like, you do it for your family with each other in mind. And so when you're that group and, like, family community minded, and somebody does something like that, that's that grimy, it's like, it makes you question so much more than just, oh, like, some guy you dated. Like, no, like, even he is said boyfriend. Like, we have done this thing, and you, like, we know part of what we're angry about is trying to pretend to be in a relationship with this person only to, like, get in their pants effectively. And then every conversation you're referring to that person by their body and about their body and sexually. And it's like, oh, like, we have sexual tension. It's not about, like, I miss this person's energy and smile and charisma. And, like, I feel like he's still trying to come back from that place that he was in after he got the bad press, but he blames her for the bad press, not his actions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the press is not to be trusted when it comes to, like, an interracial dynamic like this either, because New York Post is posting an article about how Sierra's reaction, her vitriol is the word they used, even though, like, the whole interview that she did with Glamour was incredibly high road, like just very matter of fact about everything. There was no sort of vitriol in any of her statements. But of course, you know, these media outlets are going to use a shitty photo of her and, like, make her sound like the villain in this. And, like, yo, that is racist. Like, I just, like, you have to clock it when it's happening. And if you're a listener of this and you're looking at that being like, thinking that she was vitriolic, you need to look within, because that's not what's happening. Yeah, it really irks me, the behavior of West and Amanda while all of this is going down. Like, lay low. Why are they out in these streets like that?
I mean, nobody's saying they should be followed around with a shame bell through the streets.
No, I agree.
But
like,
it's just
they're
like,
not like the worst we have. I mean, our government is falling apart. There are much worse people in the world than the West and Amanda. But I just mean, like at least let the show play out and go to the reunion, talk about, you know, your relationship, and then go be out in these streets making out at bars in New York City. That would be what
and
I
to
would
do
do.
it when that article came out, and I'm guessing they probably had a heads up about it and thought it was going to be vitriolic, but that's not who she is. That's not how she's been handling this situation. That's not how she moves. She's moving with success. She's moving with achievement. She's moving with she doesn't have to be the bigger person, because I don't believe you should have to continuously be the bigger person in your own disrespect. And that's what this whole thing is. It's about the disrespect of the matter, and the fact that even if she did want to have an outsized reaction, she does not have the grace as a black woman to have the reaction and not immediately, instead of it being seen as passionate or these are my emotions, these are valid feelings that I am having, it's just seen as angry. It's not seen in that same vein. And it's another thing with these conversations when they come up, people get so upset about it and they don't want to hear you. Like if I came to a friend and I'm like telling them about something that may have come across like the act itself was like microaggressive or something. If I take the time to come to you, that's a kindness. That means this relationship is worth it to me. And if a friend chooses to share with you about race, that's a trust. That's saying, like, I'm not making this about you. This isn't about you. Like, this is literally my feelings and me having a place to share it. But there's like, such a song and dance that has to be done around it that to not hurt the feelings of the people that hurt your feelings. And it's just, I love that those conversations are coming up. I think they're exceptionally important. I think that they're hard, and they're hard for a reason because it's active. It's not like something that's in the past. It's things, and everybody is continuously learning and trying to grow and move forward. And we all have a lot to learn. But I really hope I just hope there's some self-reflection. Let's just say that on the part of the other two, like there's some growth and some understanding of like building up oneself and not coming out of a 10-year marriage and just being like, hey, like I'm gonna get deeply serious with this person in this really, really toxic situation that's extremely uncomfortable for everyone involved. However, it's like, oh no, it's me season. I want to be selfish, but not in like a personal growth type way, if you know
Right.
what I mean.
Yeah. And back to talking about Sierra's reaction and how, like, if she acted quote unquote out of pocket, like to us, like it would be treated differently. I just had like an aha moment. Like, remember in Scandival, like Ariana was literally screaming at Tom Sandoval on camera in the reunion, screaming, "I don't give a fuck about Raquel." And everyone is like, and this isn't me shading anything about Ariana, but I'm just saying everyone's
Oh no,
celebrating.
I wouldn't allow that. That's vegetarian.
Everyone was celebrating that, right? Because like she was sticking it to this man, and
It's strong, it's empowered, it comes
right,
across it, and like she's aware of like the difference and like the privilege that is to be allowed to have your feelings and have
right.
people hold space for your feelings without policing it and
But the
policing your
same
tone
people,
and your delivery.
right? But the same people who celebrate that, if they for some reason don't celebrate Sierra, or if they for some reason think that Sierra's words are vitriolic, that's where we have to really start looking within. I'm curious to see what the reunion is like, and I want Sierra to go and just do what speaks to her. Like you said, you don't. I loved what you said earlier about you don't have to take the high road when you are the person in. I forget the word you said, but you were the
That's
person being
being
affected.
disrespected.
Right. Like I don't want her to have to take the high road at the reunion, but I also think we have to watch the space about who is reacting in which ways to the path that she takes. So
And black women deserve to be protected,
they
and
do.
she deserves to
Absolutely.
be couched in love. She shouldn't have to pop off on anybody, and she wouldn't, like, that's not who she has shown herself to be, like in these like types of settings. She's extremely eloquent. She's like, I just want her to have the space to get her feelings out, and I don't want another reunion where I'm watching Sierra cry because somebody did her dirty and took advantage of her heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Well, is there
That was
anything?
therapeutic. Thank you. I needed to get that out of a lot of feelings about the situation.
No, I'm
And I
happy to
can't
do
thread them
it.
all.
I'm happy to do it. I think it's super important to continue to talk about it because I want people to really hear and understand that while we like are making content about it and like laughing about Summer House being messy and getting and enjoying it, like we do need to continue to check everyone and remind them how the stakes are high here and how we have to protect Sierra. We really do.
And that these are very real people. And as much as it's a storyline for us, it's their life that's being lived. And that's a lot, especially when you add in the amount of public opinion and scrutiny that goes into that. And it's like, keep it cute. You don't have to send anybody a death threat to get your point across. Everybody knows you're mad. We get it. We all feel the same thing. But
Yep.
like that's across the board. Like that's just an unnecessary oversized reaction.
Okay, well, let's dive into Atlanta. We are on episode 3 of season 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's crazy to say season 17. It really is crazy. Because I believe you're like me, and we've been watching this stuff from the beginning, like when it aired.
From the get-go, I am like there are housewives younger than me now, and it is very jarring. And I'm like, but I'm like a young 40. What are we talking about here? What's going
You
on?
look gorgeous. You're 40. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
You look
thank you.
fab.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. No, I seeing on Rhode Island that this woman Kelsey on A Housewife of Real Houses of Rhode Island is 31 sent a shiver down my spine.
The way one, I love Rhode Island. I was already in when they cast Ashley I, because I love a housewife swap. I love a
Uh-huh.
housewife franchise crossover. I think it's fantastic. It gives me joy, and to have like a bachelorette trade to the housewives,
Yeah,
like
it's a wild move, but I'm curious to see how she unfolds on the show because it's different than I think you're just gonna take a second for her because it's different, a very different world than The Bachelor.
I don't know if she truly understood how different, because
No, I don't
like
think
the
she
look of
did.
just like she's like, I thought we were just gonna like talk about 90s boy bands. This is too much. You guys are doing entirely too much. I'm gonna go over here and cry at Jared's. And
Yeah, I
I
know.
need those tears in my life. I love Ashley.
I like her too. I am curious to see. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's next. You know who would be from Batch Nation that I think would be a great fit on some show somewhere is Tasha.
Ooh. All that could have happened when she was dating Luke.
I
Could have had
know.
like a like slowly but surely kind of merged into it.
Yeah, she would be a good crossover moment. And then saying Tasha just made me think of Claire and the nightmare that Claire is. And I feel like she would probably be a good housewife of like Orange County or something.
I think Claire would be a good housewife, but I think, ooh, okay. I think JoJo would be a good housewife.
JoJo would be great. I agree. That's a great choice.
JoJo would be a great housewife. She stands up for herself. She's got a backbone. She's funny. She's adorable. It's like she's the
Yeah.
package.
Yeah, no, that's great. Jojo, I don't know where you live if you're still in Texas, but cuz she grew up right by me in Texas.
Really? Oh, where in Texas are you
Yeah.
from?
I'm
Personal
from
business.
No, no, no. The people here know. I say I'm from Dallas, but I'm actually from a suburb of Dallas called Flower Mound. It's like by Plano and Grapevine. I don't know if you know any of that area, but
It sounds like a Mario land, so I like it.
it does. You know who's from Flower Mound is speaking of The Bachelor is one Rachel Lindsay.
Oh, so I'm at BravoCon. I'm in the green room, and I look across the room, and I see Rachel Lindsay, and Rachel Lindsay is like my bachelorette forever. And I like am usually good about, hey, look at my name's Christina, did love your stuff, really calm. I don't say a single word this entire weekend. I'm too nervous to speak to Rachel Lindsay because I'm like she's my bachelorette. So it was just very much like it's like meeting David Tennant. I'm like, that's my doctor. I'm gonna might cry, which I did, but like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to myself. I didn't want to be weird. I was like, I have to talk to her one day when I've like accepted the fact that she like exists in an orbit that I can walk up to.
She's wonderful. We had her here on the show at the end, like in January or February, I can't remember. But fabulous, so normal, down to earth, and I like that she. Sometimes we have people on the show, or just like that I meet with in real life, that like cater their takes for like an audience, or cater their takes so they don't have anyone coming after them. And like, I'm not trying to get people to say problematic stuff, but like, that's not what I mean. It's more just like speak what you feel.
Hmm.
And Rachel Lindsay is more famous than any of those people. And she says exactly what she feels. She's like, I don't really fuck with them. And I'm like, damn.
I
She's
love
like, I might
listening to
meet them.
her and Callie together. I love
Yeah.
their takes. I love hearing how they go. Like, it's such like their podcast is one of my
Yeah.
like
It's a
I
great one.
listen. Yes.
Well, let's dive into this episode of Atlanta. So you and I could talk forever about everything. So we're like, we keep getting distracted, but we are here for Atlanta, guys.
I love a tangent.
No, me too. But how are you liking this start of what feels like a fresh kind of new season of Atlanta?
I think that casting this season is perfect. I think the personalities mesh. I think we have enough like genuine friendship to kind of hold the boat together where there's genuine care for each other. Like when Cynthia was like, okay, yeah, but like you were sick. So obviously all things stopped. Like we want to make sure you're okay. And just, uh, I am so excited about K. Michelle. I know I keep coming back to K. Michelle, but
No,
I am
I love
so
her.
I love K. Michelle. I think K. Michelle is one, she is so talented, but she's also like brilliant and like stands 10 toes down and everything. And she's the kind of direct and honest that you want out of a housewife.
Yep,
Like
I
she's not
agree.
hiding anything from you. Like it could be the most graphic thing, but she's like, this is my story, and I'm going to tell my story as is. I'm not gonna, as you were saying, like with Rachel, she's not tailoring it to fit into anything or to any kind of mold. She's like, I'm about my business, I'm about my money, I'm about making a name for myself in this place that I have always existed because there have always been black people in country music, and she is like, and I've been watching her Love and Hip Hop, all of it.
Yeah.
I love K. Michelle, and I feel like people had this idea that she was going to come off and like just pop off, but she's not just like a person that comes in and pops off. She's just speaking her opinion, and she's not mincing her words about it. And I think that's why her and Portia were able to like have that issue and hammer it out and just kind of go back to it because it's like, listen, I said what I said. I'm not going to deny that I said it. I'll tell you even more that I said so that you don't hear it from anybody else. You hear it straight from my mouth. And I think that that's more of what we need in our housewives.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, to be honest with you, I think Portia is through these first three episodes realizing that, oh shit, like I have someone who's not really like afraid of me
Hmm.
as like a presence on this show and who's treating me just like she would if the cameras were down. I think, last season a lot of the women treated Portia with like kid gloves and or also just like didn't want to come near any drama with her because like she is the star of the show kind of at this point in time. But in the end, the show is an ensemble show, and sometimes our stars need to be reminded of that because
Hmm.
the show only works with a dynamic group of women. Like it's not Portia's show, and I really like Portia, but I do sometimes feel that she kind of gets away with a lot on the show, like with her behavior, because she's so funny and she can just like be like, oh, we're not going to talk about that,
I
and it's
watched
like,
Portia's
wait, why
family
not?
reunion. I know what you mean.
That shit is crazy, y'all. If you have a hungover Sunday and you need a show to put on, it's like 5-6 episodes. It is shocking. I can't believe she agreed to do that.
I think they had to like probably pull a like, well, you did sign a contract to get a lot of that stuff released. It's just such an intense little bit of television. I don't know any
Yeah,
other way to say it, but it was something, man. That was a
it was.
show.
It
That was
was.
a show
So
on TV.
this episode starts with K. Michelle and her surgery mishap, her injection mishap, and it's crazy to me that she went through all she. Okay, the night before she was at the award, whatever I can't
The
remember,
Country Music Honors.
country music honors, yes. And she goes to the hospital and gets fixed up after everything that went down, and then she has Glam come to the hospital that morning, and then she goes to film a scene at a nail salon in Atlanta, y'all. This woman came to work. She is working.
She's clocking
she
in.
she said, baby, I'm on a show, I go to work. Like other women would be like, I'm gonna sit this week out, I'm not gonna be on the episode.
No, she
She's like, not
literally
me.
got the glam at that like and looked beautiful. Did not look like she had just like been on death's door with an infection. And did you watch the performance? Like her again?
Yes.
Ooh, It was it was so beautiful. Her voice, I wish they would have paid for at least like a clip of it so we could so people could hear just how amazing she sound. And then to have that backstory of the fact that she's out here, had to have her dress blow dried and still went out there and sang her face off.
Yeah.
Like just, ugh, a worker, man.
No, it's crazy to me. And I I commend her. I mean, like, she really is. She views this as a job, but she also like wants to get to know these ladies, and she's just coming in so authentically herself, and it's so refreshing. Like, she's not coming in with an agenda at all.
And she doesn't need gags because she's hilarious and she's clever.
Yeah.
And that's what I love the most about her, is that she is so clever and quick that she, like, before you realize that she's insulted you 6 times, she's on the 10th. And it's so classy, and she's a wordsmith. Like, she's a songwriter, and she reads like a songwriter.
That's a good point. She reads like a songwriter. Like, her words are so intentional, and it happens later, but we'll get to it. But like, all of the ladies like seeing her Twitter and being like, "Wait, who the hell did we?"
She's worldwide. She is also worldwide. We've already talked about this. Listen, K Michelle, Love. You all know that song. It goes viral every so often, but it's also just a legendary hit that will play forever and ever and ever and always. I Should Have Cheated. K Michelle. Like, K Michelle has stuff in her in her catalog that makes you feel like Candy is still there. Where you're just like, oh, this is like, her and Candy are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, totally. We also have this Angela and Drew sit down, and it made me cackle that Angela's like, I'm going to put out my ATL charcuterie board. And it was grapes, chicken nuggets, ranch dressing, and like assorted crackers.
That sounds so good compared to some of the charcuterie boards. It's like, what do I do? I'm not a carrot. I'm not a rabbit. I'm not a rabbit.
I want that. Like, that sounds better to me than, because, okay, I would sometimes like, soft cheese on a charcuterie board. I'm like, I don't mind a soft cheese, but like the idea of it sitting out like on a coffee table for the duration of a party and everyone like slowly eating it, I'm like, no,
or a sushi
that's not
station.
for me. No, sushi stations, that's a no-go for me. Mm-mm. I love sushi, but like I don't want sushi that's been sitting out for like 2 hours.
I want a good fig jam. That's one of the most important things to me on a charcuterie board, is a nice like jam. What is the jam that's going to offset
I co-sign. Yeah, I agree. Jam. I also love a honey, like just some sort of like
sweet,
like added sweet condiment. Yeah. These confessionals that were making me laugh. So we have Angela and Drew. Drew saying says that Angela is a serial real estate guru, and then Angela says, "I lost $2 million on the homes that I that I was trying to sell." I'm like, that's a lot of money.
Ooh.
And she's light as a feather about it. She's like, it sucked, but I learned from it.
It's like Karen Huger. You got to make $1 million to owe $1 million.
I know. I'm like, I would be distraught if I lost $2 million. I mean, that's so much.
It's like those numbers, sometimes when you hear them, they just don't sound real or feasible in any way, shape, or form. You're like liquid? Like,
right.
I understand it's a property, but like,
Charles has money. I mean, he has like old school NBA basketball money. Like, that money runs deep, I feel like. So I'm sure 2 million is not great for their relationship, but like I think they have other million at the ready. But what are your thoughts on Drew in general, though? I'm a kind of a Drew fan in a way. I'm not like super fan, but I'm curious.
Okay, so again, if there's a housewife that's coming in that comes from something I love, I'm pretty much invested. Eileen Davidson, Lisa Rinna, Drew Sidora coming in. I'm thinking Drew Sidora from The Game, where she played Drew Sidora. I was excited about it, and I think Drew is funny. Drew is funny because he, I don't know if I don't know how to say this. I don't know if she's in on the joke or like
I
if
don't think she knows the joke completely. Like I think she's like she half gets the joke.
it's like now, but it's kind of like when like your kid learns a new joke and they tell the joke like when she does the thing. It's like, oh, I'm looking up another definition for a word. It's like, this is my thing. This is my shtick. And it's like then
Right.
you're gonna like, yeah, no, we got it. We all got dictionaries on our phone, baby.
Yeah.
We do. But I don't. I think Drew is funny. I think for that Drew does add to the show. I think she's a foil for so many people because she will just ask you a question and go straight actress mode with her face, and it's just like the like. Did you eat it?
The cat?
Can't. She has great line delivery. Like what is
She
that? It's
does.
Otterhagen. She's got the skills. She's got the talent. I like. Also, is this? I need to know if each of these confessional looks are contractually obligated go naked hair because every wig that Drew has worn in her confessional so far this season has been incredible.
No, I'm y'all head to toe. This woman looks insane this season in a positive way. Like I don't. I think there's been. I think she just had a massive glow up, like across the board. Like hair, her style has improved immensely.
That
Like I feel
pearl
like she
suit
was
with the black flips.
insane.
Ugh.
But then I feel like in her first couple seasons, she was wearing like Charlotte Russe. Which, hey, you know what? I kind of like when the housewives wear the sky tops, but like,
Listen, you don't got to go into debt to look like $1 million.
no, you don't. You don't. But whatever she's doing is working because she looks absolutely gorge. Wait, so back to the spa day. So Kay once again gets here literally straight from the hospital, and Cynthia has a hilarious line. Kay is like, I can't believe y'all are being so nice to me, essentially. And Cynthia goes, "We ain't gonna fight you when you're sick, child."
Oh, Cynthia is the housewives auntie, and I love that for her so much. Like she is just auntie. Everything about
So,
Cynthia and her delivery, her child. Oh, oh my God, I love Cynthia
I'm
Bailey
sorry,
so
we ain't
much.
gonna fight you when you're sick. I literally cackled out. Insane. Wait, so we get this situation with Kay and Portia that happens at the spa day. So Kay's, explaining that what happened with her and Portia's immediate reaction, and trigger warning here, but about, birth issues with birth. And Portia says, "Oh, was it a miscarriage?" I'm sorry. There are people online being like, "I think this was innocent." And it's like, okay, wait. Like, there's one thing to be like, I just don't use my words well. But like, that's something that is outside of I don't use my words well to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're bringing up something on camera that's incredibly sensitive, like out of seemingly nowhere. Like, I don't,
To
I
someone
don't,
who is currently trying to conceive.
that you knew about, even though you said you didn't, like, because I think she just doesn't listen to her friends. And even Portia being like, "I have had miscarriages." It's like, okay, well, like, that doesn't mean that doesn't change how absolutely inappropriate this was. I was shocked that Kay didn't like, or any of the women outwardly just didn't be like, "What did you just say?" They kind of like skated past it.
And I think it's because it is such a hard subject. I lived it just like between my 6 year old and my 3 year old.
Yeah.
And it's just it is a huge thing. It's like, it's not something flippant, I guess,
No.
is what the big issue is. And to especially like that would be a thought, especially if you've actively been trying to conceive. That was probably a scary, scary moment for her on top, like one, not knowing what's going on with your body, being in a situation that's extremely important to you and you've got to rally. And it's really hard to do in those situations. Like I say this as somebody who's hosted an award show with heating pads taped around me just to be able to get through. And it's the fact that not everything is a joke. And I can understand how people may say like, oh, like she didn't mean it that way. But my grandma always said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the way that it was said in such a joking manner, regardless, like even if you've lived that, it's it, it's jarring immediately for a lot of people, not just the people that were in that room. To
Yeah.
just have it kind of like somebody kind of like, oh, was it this? Like, no, girl. Like, also, if she said she had told her the story beforehand, and I think that was the little bit of it that kind of gets lost in it, was that K. Michelle was like, I told you this personally. I told you what happened. So like to ask something like that, like, are you just saying it for like shock value, a big reaction? And it felt tacky, and like I would feel slighted as well to have someone just say that so casually and be like, bro, it's a hard thing. And it is something that needs to be talked about, but it is something that needs to be talked about respectfully.
Yeah. And when you ask a question, you're also asking for an answer. And if what happens if that answer was yes? Is that how you think that your quote unquote friend is that the environment that you think your quote unquote friend would have wanted to talk about that in? Like that's the other side of it too, is like if it really was what you thought happened, you thought it was okay to ask her that in a nail salon with 4 cameramen and 2 other women that she doesn't even really know. Like that's also inappropriate. Like I don't know, I just thought all sides of it were really, really messed up.
It wasn't hers to share, even if like you were trying to bring it up in just that way. It was not hers to share. And also, if you have also lived this, you should not be ashamed of it. There's nothing that you did wrong. These are things that happen, and you did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. If it's something you're living and experiencing right now, there's an other side to it. Give yourself grace, give your body grace, and just, I know that those kind of conversations bring up a lot of feelings for a lot of people, and I hope that you protect yourself and after hearing that and give yourself something nice like a Crunch Bar ice cream or something that's like just for you.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Kay doesn't know Portia doesn't know who she's playing with here, because then Kay quickly in the confessional is like, what's crazy too about all this is that we've been talking about our own health journeys, and she opened up to me about her titties aren't healing right.
Oh, listen, I'm from the South, so to hear people like using words like bimbo and dingbat, it feels like I am home. This cast feels like home to me. Just the way, oh my gosh, she was like, what I told you, it's by the time that you realize she's insulted you 6 times, she is on the 10th. Like she was reading her fulfilled slowly but surely every other line.
That really got me. I was like, oh, Portia, she gathered you, because now everyone knows about your lopsided titties. But then we also have, Kay also has another great one where she goes, I don't know. I can't remember who they were talking about. She goes, I don't know what a woman is doing with her Hot Pocket.
What's a Hot Pocket, child? You know what a Hot Pocket is, Cynthia. What's a Hot Pocket?
And then Phaedra is like, well, I hope it's not cold.
Drew a hole off of Hampton University with a hot box.
Yeah, you and your hot box at Hampton University. This group though this group is great. The 4 of them, they all are operating on a really high level of like humor. Like they can really go back and forth with each other a lot. But Kay brings this up later, but I will say Phaedra's presence in this season so far is a little kind of interesting to me. I'm like, she's playing this kind of like outside character that's just kind of like laughing and making jokes at things. But Kay kind of clocks her, when she sits down with I can't remember. Oh, with Pinky and Cynthia later, that why does Phaedra just get to sit back and not share? Where it's like that's kind of what Phaedra does. To be honest with you,
It is. She does. She sits back, she gives color commentary, and she avoids getting her personal business a little too in the mix. She is going to tell you about the academic achievements of her children, the success of her businesses, and the rest of it is none of yours.
yep. And then yeah,
He's
and
driving a car.
that is upsetting to me.
We saw that baby in her belly. And that baby is
delivered.
Driving.
That baby needs to go on and get up out of here, in the words of Phaedra.
I thought your due date was July. I thought your due date was like September.
Y'all, a meme online about a child, an unborn child. That child that the meme is about is driving cars now. Like that is really
in high
crazy.
school, driving his mother around Atlanta. And we saw that baby go to kindergarten for his first day on this. That's the wild part of Housewives too, is we watch the fact that we're now at Next Gen, which is something we would joke about in the old days of Housewives. I'm like, what are we going to do? Like create a spinoff show with the kids of the Housewives? No, but really, we've lived, like, we had that before Jetsons flying cars.
I know. And also, we could have had Next Gen, like, 5 years ago still. Like, there could have even been, like, we could have had it with the Brianna Gumbelsons of the world, and we didn't.
No, we couldn't have. I think we got the kids with the personalities that can carry a show.
You're right, actually. I don't think Brianna would not have done a good job with that. Although, fun fact, Andy always said that they almost added Brianna as a housewife on like season 9, I think, or
when
10.
she was when she started coming to the reunions, like, properly.
Yeah, I think that they wanted her to maybe actually become a housewife because she kind of was operating as a friend of in those seasons. She was very involved in the drama.
Yeah.
And it worked for her actually more than it works for someone like Gia. Like, I don't like Gia in the mix with the Jersey women. That bothers me when she's like showing up to events with Teresa trying to like start shit. That for some reason doesn't sit right with me. I don't know why.
I think it's because she wrote a song about it. And so it feels very much like you're way too personally invested in this. And also it's kind of that, like, with Jersey and family values and all that kind of stuff, you get that immediate thought of like, girl, don't disrespect your elders. But also, like, disrespect your elders because your elders are disrespectful.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't like the conundrum.
I think it's regional. It just doesn't fit in that region.
It's like the husbands having a large role. I really think it might work in Rhode Island, though, because those men were messy, like, out the gate.
We're not talking Rhode Island fully, but, like, did you watch last night's episode?
No, I only watched half of it because I told you I stopped and listened to K. Michelle.
I know this isn't a big spoiler, but y'all, something is up with Joellen's husband and Joellen's sister. Something's up.
Was she the one who stole her sister's husband initially?
Yeah, I
think
so.
Or her boyfriend?
But the sister makes an appearance, and the sister is the nanny when Joellen's not in town. And the energy is sexual.
And he kicked her right on her fanny.
Wait, so where do you land with Shamia? Because I have mixed feelings on Shamia.
I am grateful for Shamia because we got those dramatic reenactments of her apology, which was top tier television, and I loved every moment of it. My thing with Shamia is I think that she has been around Housewives long enough that she knows, like, that the confessional, you go in there, you do your thing. I think she does have a great, like, an interesting family. Her house is cool. It's dope. But sometimes it feels a little too, not forced, but just kind of you're
Yeah, no,
funny.
it does.
You're funny, but you're pushing
It's
it to that point where it's like you're pushing your joke further. But she also has the vulnerability that allows me to kind of like step back and say like what I love about Housewives is we don't get on other shows and movies and representation for people. It is
yeah.
layered messes. And
hmm
sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down, and I love that. And I think that she is what I like to call a layered mess, and I love
That's
that
a
about it.
that's a good perspective on it. She is that. I hope she would receive that in a complimentary fashion.
And
But
that's the way
you
it's
know,
meant. But I think that
yeah.
it's I want an authentic housewife. I want a housewife who like I understand that like their dynamic, her and Portia's dynamic, whatever may have happened there is whatever happened there. But like I don't want to see her lean too far into like my best friend with Kelly, and then we ultimately like have another like a best friend fallout because things are going
Right.
like trying to make a point of like, oh, but I'm such a good friend over here, like this isn't my fault.
Well, see, I think her issue is she just hasn't quite figured out who she is on on the show. Like I think that she's trying to be this personality that maybe she isn't in real life. Like even when she's filming scenes with her husband, I feel like her husband's like, "What is this voice you're doing?" Like there's just this like disconnect of her real self because I think she's trying to put on this personality for the cameras. I think she's trying to kind of act a little bit like Portia almost sometimes, where I just want
Yes.
Shamia to be Shamia. Like I don't think Shamia launching a peach rum called Rum Bum, that just doesn't sound like something that Shamia would do to me. I don't know. There's something about it that feels like she's just trying to be a housewife.
Start a housewife
And
business.
yeah, and her talking to her husband like, I want to create generational wealth for us, and he's like,
I already did
off
that.
of Rum Bum. Yeah, he's like, I made us like hundreds of millions of dollars off of HVAC, and you're telling me you're gonna make it off of peach rum? I don't know that she has hundreds of $1 million in rum bum,
You
but
know
maybe
what
I'm
I
wrong.
would
Maybe I'm
do
wrong.
is I would then go to my husband for a small business loan, only to buy the rights to play Rex and Effect Rump Shaker in the video, and then I would have like the thing is like dance. It's like all I want to do is I'm a boom 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 boom. Like I trick you wrong. Like think about it. Like that's marketing. That's advertising. I
I
think walk with me here.
I like it. Take that business loan out, Shamia. You should do that.
Yeah, be like, honey, I
We
just
had
need
this
a little
great
bit.
brunch. We had this great brunch scene with Cynthia and the new girls, and I just like you said before, I love to see Auntie Cynthia just sit down with like the new girls and be like, "So what's going on? How can I help?
What else is going on? What?
What else is going on?" and
Oh, Cynthia.
and they K Michelle and Pinky both immediately just start sharing, and Cynthia's like, damn, y'all are hitting this off with the bang, which I loved. I feel like Cynthia was like, let me sit down and teach them how to be a housewife, and they have it figured out.
Yeah, and it's like again, K Michelle has been on reality TV in some form because her and Kasten were on Marriage Boot Camp,
Yeah. Yep.
and it's just like she has like the experience. She can work a confessional, but she also is not reached that point where she's like so self-aware to the point of producing herself. And I
Yeah.
think that's the thing is people get hyper self-aware to the point where they're like playing for the audience. And I don't think that Pinky's playing for the audience, and I don't think that K Michelle is playing for the audience. And Cynthia stopped playing anything. That's why she does what she wants to do. That's why she gets to be like oh my gosh, she's the Gandalf.
She is. That is what she
Cynthia is
is.
Gandalf, and she goes like realm to realm of the housewives and just kind of like takes it all in, just like,
Show me your ways. Did she already turn into Gandalf the White, or or is that coming?
No, you know what? I think she has. Like Gandalf the Grey was like Cynthia, like friendship contract Cynthia and all of that. But
You're
like
right.
this is Gandalf the White.
Shout out to the nerds out there. Um,
If you know what we're talking about.
yeah, right. Pinky, I do think it's crazy though that Pinky is not sharing that she filed for divorce with her husband, but she's sharing it on the reality television program. I thought that was kind of crazy.
But she said they were going to get divorced, didn't she? That they had drove to the courthouse and then he was like,
wait, sorry,
we're not getting
divorce. Did I say divorce? I mean, like, no, bankruptcy. The fact that she filed for bankruptcy, but she filed before that dinner they had. But then she was like, I don't want to tell him yet. I'm going to tell him later. But she filmed it for the show. Like, she's telling him next week is when she tells him that she filed for bankruptcy. But like, he doesn't know that he still doesn't know that within this episode, which
that wasn't one of the things she was crying about. I feel like maybe I saw the clip and that's why my brain is.
No, I think she was talking about how she's like she needs to do it, but she like is scared about what it means. But like, he didn't know that she actually had filed. And then next week she says, when they're like on a walk or something, that she's like, so I did end up filing for bankruptcy. It's just, I think it's weird when you do things for the show and then like people have to find out later that you filmed it before you owned it. Yeah. That doesn't feel authentic to to your life. It works for the show, but I think that would bother me a little bit.
I think if you think about it in the context of running something by your friends before you go to your partner or to someone to talk about it and just kind of like workshopping what you're going to say, like maybe it was kind of done in that sense. But also I love that like we're not waiting 3 to 4 seasons of her like balling out and being super bougie. Going. She's like, look, this is it. Like, we're already at the bankruptcy. I've been sued. I got this lawsuit. This. It's like Angela. Angela came in. She's like, this is all the dirt.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. Instead of trying to be like Rula on Rhode Island, who's like trying to pretend that that her husband didn't cheat, even though or that she's not ready to talk about it. Or that he was married before. I don't know. There's or she was married before. There's a lot there.
It's very that energy of like, it's just a mistake that all men make.
I know. Watch this week's episode though. I can't wait. Text me after you watch Rhode Island this week though, because Rulala goes to Alicia's house for dinner with Alicia's family, with her aunts, and her aunts all tell Rulala that since her man behaved badly, then what she needs to start behaving badly. So they were like giving her advice about how to step out on her own marriage. It was a great episode, y'all. Rhode Island is killing it.
That show out of the gate has been just like, I mean, I hit someone with my car. The accents are amazing.
I ran over a woman. There's more that happens this week too with her that is crazy, y'all. Those ladies are so kooky. But then we get this, Kay and Portia sit down and discuss what, went down at the nail salon, and they squash things pretty quickly. Although I will say, I fear that I think Kay Michelle feels like someone who will forgive, but she's never going to forget that Portia is not exactly who she thought she was.
I'm going to say it. She's shaking the table.
She's shaking the table.
Oh my gosh.
Kay Michelle is shaking the table of Houses of Atlanta, I will say.
She is. Like, I look at the number of confessionals of like how good a person is doing in their season. Like last season was Shamia. Like the way that Shamia kind of came across as the anchor. But now we have Kay Michelle coming in wide-eyed into this group of people that she knows, but she doesn't know them like that.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of getting this kind of like new baby seeing the world of like, I've been on this side of reality television, but this is a whole different ball game because I thought I was coming over here to be like to sip champagne and be with the elite, and they're over here fighting too. Like she's just like, she's confused.
I know. I'm like, Kay, didn't you do your research on that? They're gonna fight here too. I mean, they're fighting differently, I will say, than Jocelyn Hernandez, but
the Puerto Rican princess Jocelyn Hernandez.
I love me some Jocelyn
so much, man. Just congratulations, Bunny Bella is getting a sister or a brother. I'm so excited. God. Oh man, that okay. I know it would never happen, but it's like she's up there with Drita on my like. Just give me a walk on couple episodes just for. Well, oh,
It
she was on
feels
Married to Medicine. Jocelyn was at a party on Married to Medicine. I think
what?
it was. I'm trying to think which season it
I
was. It
do
might have
not
been
remember.
season like 5 or 6. It was a backyard
I wonder if
party.
it was before. It might have been before because I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop until the pandemic because I had never seen it, so I binged it, and so I probably didn't know who she was when she was on Married to Medicine. But that's an amazing fun fact. I do think Drita needs to be in the mix on a Bravo show. Bravo would treat her so well compared to all the mess that Renee's sister put her in on Mob Wives. And I really think that it has an untapped fan base, kind of like K. Michelle, where K. Michelle is reaching a larger group of people that she didn't know was out there that would like love her music, love her as a personality. And the Bravo fans can be a lot, but they can be, when they like you, they love you. And so I feel like Drita could benefit a lot from being on Jersey, or honestly, throw her on Rhode Island, ship her out there.
No, I need her on Jersey because I need Teresa to have someone she respects. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Like I think the Teresa vibe too would work. Like the two of them, even if they were enemies.
yeah, but they would be enemies that could be like, you know what? I see you, we see each other. Like we see each other. Like
Yeah,
I
agreed.
feel like that's I don't know. All in all, I think Atlanta's having a fantastic season. I love
Agreed.
the dynamic of all of the women. I think everybody is bringing something to the table. I don't really forget that anyone is there, which is important to me.
Yep, I think it's fantastic, y'all, and we're just gonna continue, recapping here on the podcast. Krystina, thank you so much for being here
Thanks for having
for an
me.
Atlanta recap. Of course, this was so fun. I gotta have you back more just to talk about anything and everything because we essentially have the same reference brain. Like we everything I know.
I appreciate that. It's like I had that with my sister, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to call someone who knows I'm funny.
Just text me and be like, "Can we talk about Star Wars and Real Houses of Rhode Island?"
Ooh, and because you are a dropout person, coming up is the actually Tournament of Champions, and I am competing. It's me, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Matt Mercer, and Hector, and like Amy Dalla.
Fun.
It's like a bunch of the top winners on actually coming together to have this ultimate tournament of champions, and it's an all nerd out thing. And so I am in the tournament, and it should be airing in the next couple of weeks, starting on Dropout. So get the Dropout TV app and go and support that. Oh, I also just did a parody vertical that I'm very, very proud of. It's called "Falling in Love with My Ex's Warlock Patron," and it's a legit just a parody of everything and every trope that you love about those little random movies you get on your TikTok.
Oh my god, fun! And then where can people follow you?
You can follow me at Krystina Arielle, Krystina Arielle, at Krystina Arielle on all of the things. You can also check out my work. I'm the U.S. correspondent for Doctor Who, so you can check me out on the Whoniverse show over the pond on BBC, or you can check me out doing Star Wars stuff, or yeah, but just spell my name right and you'll find me.
Yes, and guys, go support her. All the content is amazing that she's a part of, so definitely do that. And you can check out the Dumpster Dive podcast on all platforms as you're listening to it, but also the YouTube channel, as well as the Patreon if you want an ad-free early access version to this here episode you just listened to. Go to patreon.com/dumpsterdivepod. And Krystina, say bye to the listeners. We love y'all. Krystina, thanks for being here. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Thanks for having